Hey y'all, it's Key and I'm back with Key TV. It's Key and I'm back with Key TV. Key TV. Let me stop. Y'all get the point. My name's Key and I'm back with Key TV. Anyways, let me stop with the long intros and the formalities. I know my last video was, very drained, low energy, and gloomy, so I'm gonna just give you guys a little update, a tiny one that's more, upbeat, light, and airy. You know, nothing much has transpired since the last video, but you know, I want to give you guys my take and perspective on things, anyways. So basically, I've just been going to the gym. Um, I went to Zumba class on Sunday. I, started moving my body, did a little eh, eh, eh. And I've been doing yoga a lot. Aside from yoga, I've been doing sound meditation as well. I think it's good to just take that time to just meditate and, just get into that energy and that vibe. But I don't even know what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm just ramping as all. I'm just ranting as usual, per usual. But yeah, so today I was up and about. I went and I took 2 buses. I went to the airport by myself for the first time. It's been months since I've been at the airport, and let's just say it was pretty chilly. I had on my small jacket. I should have had on my huge jacket. So I've just been in the house, defrosting, just chilling because it's so cold out there, and you could freeze up if you're not prepared for the cold out there. So yeah, like I said, I was at the airport. I was applying to be a barista. I have been a barista in the past. I have about 2 years experience, so I'm pretty sure that I'll get the call back and I'll get the follow-up that I will get the job, but I'm not too sure yet. So that's where I'm at with, the job world. But, I'm not too worried about it, being that I do have the experience, and it wasn't even like an interview. He didn't even ask me any questions. I was over there getting nervous, waiting for no reason. He didn't even ask me no questions. All he basically was telling me that it's a system where basically it's based on seniority, right? And that they don't create the shifts. The shifts are already pre-made by the company called OTG. And basically, you if you just got hired by the company, you have to take the shifts that are available, and it could be, one shift that's already only available. The shifts that I was told was available was 12 to 8 and 3 to 11. I'm hoping that if I do get hired by OTG and I start working for Starbucks, I get the 12 to 8 because I'm going to be doing public transportation. And around certain time, around midnight, there's no more public transportation. Or I was thinking maybe I could just live back home, at least do public transportation in the morning and then live back home. You get it? Yeah, I think that makes more sense, so that my availability can be as open as possible. And so I can get that, job because it's paying very well. Although it is going to be a hassle, being that it's in the airport. And you know how people get about their drinks. Starbucks, they go crazy. They go haywire. Like, if it's not looking a certain way, they want you to remake it and things like that. I already know the type of environment and, type of things you're dealing with when you work at a place like Starbucks. But, I mean, you got to deal with the two lesser evils, right? And would I rather deal with ShopRite, crying a Honda, or would I do Starbucks and crying a Rolls Royce? That's the comparison. Like one, I'm getting paid minimum. The other one, I'm getting paid very well. Yes, I'm gonna be stressed, but it is what it is. I gotta do it. I'm not gonna sit here and keep struggling, pinching pennies, and doing all of that. I just want to start leveling up and doing better for myself so I can get myself a car and I could just start doing better. I'm getting older and I don't want to keep, just living the same way and not growing, not expanding, not doing anything with my time or energy. And I see other people just, leveling up. I want to be not like them, but I want to be leveling up as well with them. But I'm looking down because I also wanted to read you guys a poetry again. Well, I said poetry. I wanted to read you guys a poem again. I hope you guys liked my last bit that I read for you guys. I'll be reading another one for you guys. It's going to be, like I said in the intro, light and airy. It's going to be a positive vibe. And even if I don't get this Starbucks job, I have another job that's calling me to do an interview. Well, not calling me, but they're texting my phone, trying to email me, and that's at the Marriott, the hotel. And it's paying considerably more than the Starbucks, but it's a lot farther than the Starbucks. It's like 3 buses per se, and that's even farther away. I don't know if I want to take that chance. I feel like the airport is the farthest I want to go. I thought about previously about going to New York, but going to New York, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of opportunities in New York, but I just don't know. That's a far travel. I mean, it's not bad if you're in like central New York, because it's about like 30 minutes. But once you start getting into the boroughs, Manhattan, Queens, and then you keep going up, it just keeps getting more, more time consuming and more drastic. But all right, let me get into the poem for you guys. This one's called Wintry Day Reward. Today was a marvelous wintry day. Despite the forbidden fruit, finally, I ripened my lemon, making lemonade out of lemon. The other day I vented about receiving fruits of labor, but here today I appointed to be the first on the moon. What extreme exaggeration. Instead, I shuffled the broom. Is this to be declared too soon? That I reached queen bee status. The way I flowed gave fabulous, constantly hitting the blow of the nail. 30 seconds per piece came like ease, like stealing candy from a baby. Then again, Rome wasn't born in one day. Finally, the week's done and it's finally time to hit the hay. And I agree with that last line that, the week isn't done, it's Thursday, but it's almost done. I'm off tomorrow as well, but I'm happy that it's going to be Friday tomorrow, TGIF. And yeah, it's time for me to hit the hay after that long cold day I've had. I just want to settle down and just relax at home and just chill. And hopefully on Monday I get the follow-up that I got the offer from OTG at Starbucks that I could start working there. But that's all I have for you guys today. That's all I felt like talking about at this moment. So KeyTB signing off. Kaboosh.